Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining me here on this Tuesday. This is trailertrashtim. I'm glad you are here. Hello, Bonita, out there in Missouri. I hope you are warm. We're having still issues with our heat. We had to have a new thermostat installed in our house yesterday, which we did, and it worked great until last night when it quit working. We couldn't get the heat to come on. Fortunately, it's not that bad. It's actually going to be in the 70s today. I think it got down into the high 40s last night, so we're okay. We have a space heater and whatnot. So we called the heating and air company again this morning, and then we tried to turn it back on, and now it's working. So I don't know what's going on. We'll keep you posted, find out what's happening. Maybe they'll come out and take a look at it again. All right, I want you to consider the video that I want you to watch right now. I think it's 7 seconds long. I want to show you a video of Democratic New York Representative Nydia, N-Y-D-I-A, Velasquez, again, a member of Congress from New York. This little 7-second clip is a video of Nydia protesting at the Department of Housing and Urban Development. Watch this.
My question to Elon Musk, and what the hell are you doing here in America? Go back to South Africa.
Okay, that was Nydia Velasquez. I guess that's how you say it. Nydia, phonetically it's Nydia, whatever. She is outside the HUD building protesting Doge cuts, headed up, of course, as we know, by Elon Musk. Now, just to review, the Department of Government Efficiency is a completely valid department. Musk is a Trump appointee, and he is ostensibly looking in all these federal departments for waste and fraud and overspending, things of this nature. And HUD is not exempt. It's not immune. The Housing and Urban Development, and he's there looking for waste. So a bunch of Democrats decided to go over to the HUD office building and protest these Doge cuts. And again, folks, I keep asking the question, who is opposed to rooting out waste? What rational person would be opposed to such a thing? Who would disagree that it's a bad thing to get rid of waste? Anybody I know? If you look in your own personal budget and you can find where you're wasting money and you can correct that mismanagement or whatever, is that not a good thing? Apparently not with little Miss Nydia, who is protesting. But did you notice what she said? She said that she wants Elon Musk to go back to South Africa. Now, I believe that Elon Musk has triple citizenship. I believe he's a citizen of South Africa, the United States, and Canada, if I'm not mistaken. I believe he came to America a little over 20 years ago, but he does have citizenship. But here you have a Democrat who is telling an American citizen, just go back to where you came from. Wow. Hey, I thought Democrats were pro-immigrant. We know they're pro-illegal alien, illegal immigrant. But I thought that meant they would certainly be pro-immigrant. Apparently they're not. Because here's a Democrat from New York telling Elon Musk, hey, boy, go back to where you came from. We don't want you here. What's really bad about this, of course, is the fact, and I love this aspect of Elon Musk, she is basically telling an African American to go back to Africa. Let that sink in. It's true. Elon Musk, in terms of his ethnicity, is an African American. Funny little coinkydink, don't you think? Now, folks, look, this ties in with what I want to talk about in terms of what is happening tonight. I had forgotten this actually, but today is Tuesday. Tonight, Donald Trump is giving a State of the Union address. I was under the impression he waited a year, but I guess it's an annual thing. Now, concerning, let me have a sip of coffee. Oh, that's good. You know, constitutionally, presidents are not required to do this big production that has become the annual State of the Union address. I don't have the words right in front of me, but the Constitution basically says, from time to time, presidents report to Congress about the State of the Union, where we are. But this annual televised production, it's not really constitutionally required, and I don't have any problem with it if he wants to do it. But he can expect tonight, and this might be some must-see TV, he can expect that there might be some misbehaving children in the House chamber when he gives his State of the Union speech. There is an article that appeared in Axios, and the headline, Axios.com, and the headline reads, "Scoop, some Democrats plot to disrupt Trump's speech to Congress." I'm not going to bore you by reading the article, but let me give you some of the highlights of it. Among the things, of course, all Democrats hate Donald Trump. A lot of Republicans do as well, but we know all Democrats loathe this man. Donald Trump could come out and say that he's found the cure for cancer or whatever, and they would boo him. I mean, these people are unhinged. They are mentally insane as far as I'm concerned. They have no common sense. They're miscreants. They're like children that misbehave in kindergarten. That's what they are. They do not act professionally whatsoever. So tonight, when Trump is giving his State of the Union speech, apparently they are planning on being disruptive. This is not unprecedented, of course, but my take on it is it's going to be more of a coordinated effort. I don't know what, if anything, is going to happen, but I think you can probably count on the fact or the possibility that Democrats are going to show out tonight and make asses out of themselves, as they typically do when the House is in session or when it's out of session. Among the things they are considering doing, according to Axios, is they are considering walking out of the chamber, just walking out at some point during the speech. Another thing they're considering doing is using signs with anti-Trump or anti-Doge messages. Or they're considering displaying empty egg cartons to highlight inflation, because as we all know, we never had inflation when we had a Democrat in office, right? I mean, when Biden was in office, it was great. We didn't have any inflation. Eggs were cheap when Biden was in office. Gas was cheap. Taxes were low. Everything was wonderful when Biden was in office. There was no inflation. It was just terrific. And we just so wanted Biden to run for re-election. They didn't have this little egg carton idea for any of Sleepy Joe's State of the Union speeches. Only for Trump. Only for Trump, folks. Another thing they are considering doing is having color-coordinated wardrobes. For example, some of the Democrats are considering wearing all pink to highlight their causes, whatever that might be. Let's see, what does the pink mean? I've got the black. There another is they're considering is wearing all the pink. The Democratic Women's Caucus wants all their members to wear pink in a unified display of defiance of a president many of them despise. Or they're considering wearing all black to display the somber mood of their party. Well, that's fine. Go ahead. Another wardrobe option they're considering is wearing all black and yellow to show their solidarity with Volodymyr Zelensky and Ukraine. Well, go right ahead. Wear blue and yellow. Knock yourselves out. You can wear whatever you want, as far as I'm concerned. Now, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, he weighed in on this. He is their leader. If the Democrats had the majority, he would in all likelihood be Speaker of the House. Jeffries weighed in on this, and he said that leadership understands if some members skip the speech, as several say they plan to do, but he urged, quote, a strong, determined, and dignified Democratic presence in the chamber, unquote. I don't think the words Democrat and dignified can be used in the same sentence. Whatever the case, I don't think that Hakeem Jeffries really has a problem with these Democrats showing out tonight. I think he's fine with it. I doubt he'll do it because he's got to be dignified, don't you know? But this is the point, folks, that I want to make about this. Last November, Donald Trump won the election in a landslide election. Last November. And Republicans, by and large, did very well. Donald Trump won all the swing states. Now, why did that happen? We've been over this before. One of the main reasons this happened, folks, in my estimation, is because the modern-day Democratic Party has completely given themselves over to the woke agenda, the woke crowd. You know, with men playing in women's sports and every form of deviancy and perversion you can name, they have latched on to it. They have just wholly embraced all manners of deviancy, whether it's moral degradation or issues that are deviant, such as environmental issues or whatever. This is why they lost, if you ask me, because they are so unhinged, so far left, so as to be completely and utterly out of touch with the rank and file American. I mean, look at it. Trump made great inroads with blacks. He made great inroads with Hispanics. And he made great inroads with unions. Donald Trump had great mass appeal. There's a lot of people that don't like Trump. I understand that. But he won this election handily. He won the popular vote as well as the Electoral College. So when I see an article like this one in Axios where the Democrats are planning to act up tonight and act like the spoiled children that they are, my response to that is simply this: go right ahead. Go right ahead. Show your butts. Go right ahead. Act like spoiled children. If you think this is going to get you anywhere with the American electorate, go right ahead. The Democrats, you know, Trump said to Zelensky in the Oval the other day, you have no cards. And I would say to the Democrats, you have no cards. This is why you're losing, Democrats, because you have made your bed with the woke crowd and the woke agenda. This is why you lose. What are you not getting about this? Your party has been utterly co-opted by lunatics. People like the Harrises. People like Tim Walz. People like David Hogg and Maxine Waters and Joy Behar and the gals on The View like Whoopi Goldberg. This is who you are. And you are not appealing to the rank and file American. You have a losing hand. And in 4 years, you're going to lose again if you don't turn things around and find some common sense. Find some pragmatic candidate who might be to the left of center but isn't a complete and utter lunatic. Bill Clinton understood this. Hell, Barack Obama understood this. You can't be so unhinged that you lose your entire base, which you have to get elected. Do you remember when Clinton was running for election? I think it was in his first term. What was that, 96? Let's see. Bush served from 88 to, no, I guess it was 92. Clinton came in 92, beating Papa Bush and Ross Perot. Do you remember the Sister Souljah moment? Sister Souljah was some now mostly forgotten. I can't remember. I believe I remembered her name. She was some rap artist who was just vulgar and vile and just, I mean, it's rap. What else do I need to say? And Bill Clinton was asked about Sister Souljah, and Bill Clinton, the Democratic candidate for president, called her on the carpet for what she was doing and saying, and called her on the carpet for her objectionable song lyrics or rap lyrics. Much to the chagrin of the loonies on the left, but Bill Clinton, who is not an idiot, he's a bright man, was a bright man, he at least understood what it takes to get elected. He understood that to get elected to the presidency, you have to have mass appeal, widespread appeal. You have to appeal to a swath of voters. Clinton understood this. And that's why he knew that to be elected, he had to appeal to those who did not agree with the objectionable rap lyrics of Sister Souljah, so he decried them and called her on the carpet and said she was wrong for doing it. And that helped him politically to get elected, which he did. James Carville, Serpent Head, old James Carville, husband of Mary Madeline down in New Orleans, a Democratic strategist who served under Bill Clinton. He understands what I'm talking about right now. He thinks the Democrats are just, they're so completely out of touch and they have no, and he can't believe what's happening to his party. Carville, who is himself a leftist, cannot believe what he's seeing right now because they are committing political suicide, which is fine with me. What do you do when the Hindenburg is falling out of the sky? What do you do when the Titanic is sinking below the waves? Or what do you do when your opponent, your political opponents, are committing suicide? You just sit back and watch, folks. You just sit back and watch and let it happen. If your opponent is beating himself, well, let him. Less work for you, right? These people can show out tonight all they want. I've got no problem with it. I'm saying go right ahead. If you think showing out and making an ass out of yourself on the House floor tonight is a good idea, then go right ahead. I wouldn't stop you. Because you are losing voters by doing it. You're always going to have the lunatics. The lunatics are your base. The leftist, tree-hugging lunatics are your base. But the rank and file, somewhat normal, hardworking American who may typically vote Democrat, you're losing them. And that's why you're losing. You idiots. But go right ahead. Go right ahead. Do you think Joe Sixpack down in Alabama or Georgia or Oklahoma or Minnesota or wherever, do you think that guy can relate to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez? Do you think he or she can relate to Nadia Velasquez or Maxine Waters? Do you think you're ever going to get their vote? Dream on! All these people are doing is solidifying the populace around the Republicans. That's all they're doing. So let them do it. Let them go down in flames. That's fine and dandy with me. Let me move on. I got a couple of more things to talk about. Folks, let me get a sip. Oh, that's such good coffee. I am tired of waiting on files. I am tired of waiting on files. What do I mean? I am talking about the JFK files, the RFK files, the MLK files, and the Epstein files. I'm tired of waiting. As you know, Donald Trump, in the last couple or 3 weeks, signed an executive order ordering the release of the JFK, RFK, and MLK files. We still do not have them, and I am tired of waiting. Where are the files? Release them. They are now under the purview of Tulsi Gabbard. I get the argument on one hand that we got to protect the innocent. Folks, I'm sorry, we're past that. By the way, most any player involved, any actor involved in the JFK assassination is either dead or in their 90s by this point. Release the files. Ruth Payne is still alive. Marina Oswald is still alive. Otherwise, Clint Hill, the Secret Service agent that was with the Kennedy limo, he died the last couple of weeks. He was in his 90s. Release the files. Period. It's not difficult. Go grab the files from wherever they are in the archives or in the FBI safe or the CIA. Whoever's got them, go get them. Don't read them. Go get them and release them. It's simple. You don't have to establish some committee or some commission to review them before you release them. That's not what the executive order said, as far as I know. Just release them as the executive order orders you to do. And my wits are at an end with the Epstein files. Release them, Pam Bondi, Kash Patel. Colin Rugg posted this on Twitter this morning. Attorney General Pam Bondi says a truckload of Jeffrey Epstein files arrived Friday last. Says FBI Director Kash Patel is looking through them now. Quote, "We got them all at Friday at 8 a.m. Thousands of pages of documents. I have the FBI going through them. It's now in the possession of the FBI. Kash is going to get me a detailed report as to why all these documents and evidence have been withheld. We're going to go through it as fast as we can," unquote. No. Attorney General Bondi, I don't want you or Kash Patel going through the Epstein files. Just release them. Just release it. Well, we're going through them right. No, don't go through them. Release them. Get your grimy hands off of them and release them. And let the chips fall where they may, folks. That's all I am saying. I am tired of my waiting. This is like the worst experience of waiting since the emergency room years ago. It's not so bad anymore in the emergency room around here anyway, but my waiting is, I'm over it. My patience is at an end. I want to see these files. I don't care who they implicate. I don't care how they change your view of a particular figure. I don't care. I just want you to release the file. Well, it might be Tom Hanks. I don't care. Wouldn't be surprised, but I don't care. Release them. All right, one more thing before I go. A Toronto pizzeria, a Toronto pizzeria cuts out U.S. ingredients until Americans make more responsible electoral decisions. A man by the name of Graham Palmatier, owner of Graham's Pizza in Toronto's West End, says he has swapped out every U.S. product in his fridge and pantry for Canadian, or in some cases, other international alternatives. So if you find yourself in Toronto, Ontario, and you get a craving for pizza, and you go to Graham's Pizza, and you want to order a pizza specifically with American ingredients on it, whatever that might be, you're just SOL. Because Graham don't have any more American ingredients on his pizza. I guess you can get Canadian bacon. I don't know what ingredients you put on a pizza that Canada doesn't produce. Do you folks in Canada have mozzarella cheese? Do you have pepperoni up there? Do you have bell peppers or Italian sausage or whatever you put on your pizza? Tomato sauce? Crust? Dough? Y'all got dough up in Toronto? So I think Graham is just showing out, just like an American Democrat. He don't like Donald Trump. And by George, if you come to Graham's Pizza in Toronto, you're not getting any American ingredient on your pie. Okay, Graham, I'm just a guessing. If I go to Toronto and want a pizza, maybe there's another pizza joint up in Toronto. It's a pretty big city, right? What a doofus. All right, folks. Thank you for watching me. I appreciate it. I would appreciate it if you would give me a thumbs up on this video. Thank you for the comments. Comment down below if you would, and the emails that you've sent along, and the buy me a coffee. It's so great to hear from you. I got a fantastic email from a dear friend yesterday, and a viewer of the show. So thank you for reaching out to me. I really do appreciate it. I read all of your comments, and all the links are down below. Thanks for watching, everybody. This is Trailer Trash Tim. I will see you soon.